YouTube family, it's your girl Cindy. Welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I break down relationship dynamics in real life and on TV. Check out my playlist in the description after this video. If you are new to my channel, welcome and thank you for joining me today. I made the announcement a few weeks ago that I would be transitioning to podcasting, so be sure to like this video, subscribe, and click that notification bell. This is my 5th episode of my Stand in Your Truth podcast. Be sure to check out the other episodes on Anchor, Spotify, and Buzzsprout. As you know, we kick off each episode with a quote. So today's quote is, "Families are the compass that usually guides us. They can be the inspiration to reach great heights and our comfort when we occasionally waver." I want to credit Brad Henry for this quote idea. Whether we want to accept it or not, our families shape us in one way or another, and our upbringing has a lot to do with how we show up in our adult lives. Although I have been focusing on co-parenting in my previous episodes, this podcast was created to talk about all things relationships. So in this episode, I will be sharing my opinion on 3 different scenarios I recently came across on social media. I will start with the parenting scenario, which is how to parent the child you have, not the child you wish you had. As a mom and parent coach, I understand a sense of grief can come up when you realize that your child is not who you thought they would be. Many parents have a hard time giving up certain dreams they had for their child's future when they have to face the harsh reality that their child is not going to take the path they hoped they would. Once we let go and accept who our child is, a different kind of love can develop. You'll be able to see them clearly for the person they truly are, and true acceptance is one of the most powerful, loving things a parent can give their child. It's the basis for so many things, including being able to develop and communicate reasonable expectations and overcoming previous power struggles, which gives you the chance to foster a long-lasting bond with your child. Always keep in mind, when you accept your child for who they are, they can become better at accepting themselves as well. On to the next scenario, which is a dating scenario. So I keep coming across threads online about how the first date should be a Dutch situation where the two people who are on the date split the check, and I have to say I absolutely disagree. I am a traditional type of lady, so if a man is going to ask a woman on a date, they should be prepared to not only pay for the date, but also make arrangements for the date. It's a huge turnoff, in my opinion, when a guy asks his date what they should do for the date. I just want to be responsible for dressing up, looking cute, and showing up, not giving the guy instructions on where we should go or what we should do. And men, please do not make going to the movies a first date. In my opinion, the purpose of a first date is to talk and to get to know each other. So how do you expect to do that at the movies? And ladies, pay close attention to how a man treats you on the first date and don't ignore red flags. Lastly, let's get into the scenario of marrying into a family that doesn't like you. I do believe in the saying that when you marry someone, you're not just marrying them, but you're marrying their family as well. And in my humble opinion, if the family doesn't like you, the marriage probably will not last. Think long and hard about if this is a situation you want to be in, especially if your spouse refuses to stand in the gap. There are so many mama's boys who will avoid getting involved in issues when it comes to their mother and their wife. And that, I think, will probably cause trust issues and constant arguments within the marriage. It's also important to think about how this type of dynamic will impact you once you have children. Welcoming children in a family that is divided can be very stressful. So think about long and hard about the person you want to marry and procreate with. I hope this episode was helpful. I enjoyed connecting with you all. I'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, quote, and 5 tips for new moms bonding with their babies, since we will be celebrating Mother's Day next month. I do my best to keep my episodes 10 minutes or less, so they are short and sweet, so you can stay on with me until the end. Once again, thank you so much for joining me today. Please share this episode with your family, friends, and colleagues. Check out my website at cindyjcadet.com to learn more about my services, and let's connect on Instagram. My handle is at cindyjcadet. If you have any questions for me or would like for me to answer your question on a future episode, please send me an email to questions@cindyjcadet.com. Until next time, remember to love and parent with intention. Peace and prosperity to all.